I'm going to compare your putting stroke to Tiger Woods, and this was at the beginning of the putting session before I did any adjustments. First, let's look at your setup. Setup looks fine. The width of your stance looks good. I like the fact that your arms are slightly bent at the elbows and tucked into your sides. All that looks really good. Let's look at Tiger first as he takes the putter back. Then as he comes through the ball and hits it, at this moment his eyes are down looking at the contact. As his putter continues to follow through, he doesn't turn his head to watch the ball roll away. He stays focused and still with his head down. So the only thing that's moving is his putter stroke through the ball. And he'll come to a complete stop with his swing before he looks. That's the putt, hold, look. So he's putted the ball. He's now going to hold that finish for a moment or two before he turns and looks. And while he is holding, he's remaining still. He'll keep the putter in its forward position. He'll keep his spine angled. He won't change his posture. And then after a moment or two of holding, you'll now watch his head start to turn and look. And while he's looking, he's still holding his putter in that same finishing position. Putt, hold, look. So now he's looking, but not until after he has held the follow through for a moment or two. And that's one of the fundamentals that we worked on in this first putting session. Here you are, going nice stroke, good backswing, and at impact, your eyes are down, but you do immediately start to turn your head to follow the ball with your eyes. You'll start to see this putter immediately start to pull backwards. We call a recoil. And you're starting to stand up now, and because you're watching the ball, your body is reacting to the ball going to the hole. And so your mind is not developing a strong memory of the force you used. It's paying more attention to the visual information and not using that hold, that stillness right after impact to absorb that feeling of force. And so that's the thing that we worked on the most. Now on the right is your putting technique after we did some adjustments. Take it back, hit the ball, eyes are down, you're keeping your eyes down, you're keeping your eyes down, and then you're holding for a moment or two, holding your finish. You're not recoiling, you're not pulling it back, you're holding it out there while you're looking. Very good. And so you're going to want to continue that type of stroke. That's excellent. Hold and look. And then look. Putt, hold, look. Good, much better. The value of doing the hold, when Tiger Woods has this putt, he has to guess how hard to hit it. He doesn't know how hard to hit it. He has to guess just like we have to guess how hard to hit it. The reason he putts better than we do, though, is he guesses better than we do. Now, the reason he guesses better is he has stored in his brain a memory of all past putts of similar distance. And so he's subconsciously almost recalling and retrieving that information from his library, his sensory library. And so he kind of has a sense, based on experience, of how hard he should do it. I think it's going to be something like this because that seems familiar for this distance. And so he's retrieving that data. His library is really a good one because of the hold. The best time to absorb and store
store, the memory of the experience is the moment after it happened. And it is a sensory field experience. It's not a visual experience. If you hit a putt and watch it immediately start rolling to the hole with your eyes, the brain is more interested in the visual information. Is it going to go in? Is it going to go in? And it wasted its opportunity to feel the amount of force you just used. As soon as you start looking, I don't care about that memory of what it felt like. I want to see if it's going to go in the hole. So you want to do putt hole, because in that moment and a half, the subconscious mind says, what do you want me to do? I'm just doing nothing. Okay, I'll absorb this feeling I'm remembering. Then I will look. So the hold is extremely important. It's all subconscious. It's not something you consciously do. Now, I noticed that when you putted the first one, you kind of knew that you wanted to hit the second one a little harder than the first. That required you to remember the feeling of the first. If you say, well, I need to hit it harder. Harder than what? Harder than I hit the last one. Do you remember how hard you hit the last one? No, it didn't. I didn't store it. I don't have a clue. Then you might just, then it didn't do you good. But if you stored it, then you have some, I know that was harder. And then your third one's even harder still. So if I want you to do the putt hole good, if you hit one that's pretty close, then if you want to repeat that, you got to repeat that. Oh man, that was perfect. I'm going to remember that one. Okay? Now this next trio, on this next drill, I want you to you're going to do a cluster drill. You're going to hit the first putt. Don't look at the result. Remember what it felt like. You're going to try to get it close to the hole, but don't worry about it. And then hit the first ball. Don't look at the result. Try to remember what it felt like. Hit the second ball. Try to remember what it felt like. Don't look at the result. Go to the third ball. You're going to try to copy the same stroke on all three balls. Don't look at the result to the last ball. If you were successful, all three balls would be clustered together. They'd all be the same distance. You copy the same swing every time. So that's what you're going to try to do one time here. Putt, hold, look. Don't look. Sorry. Good. Whatever that felt like, try to copy. Now, you probably knew the last one was going to be sliding